Well, after the summer preparations, it is now officially game week as we welcome you, along with Orange coach Scott Shafer, to the newly refurbished Syracuse football auditorium. And Shafer, great meeting room and teaching space for you and the guys now.
Yeah, it really is. It's it's been done for a few weeks now, and it's great for the kids and the coaches to get in here comfortable. A little bit bigger chairs than what we had in the past, and a little more space for them. So it's a good environment to learn in.
Yeah, good opportunity to fit those big guys so they can get them in here, get them focused. And we'll talk about what you're dealing with as you build up to this Villanova game. Really, the news for this Monday is the idea that now finally game week, you've got this kind of depth chart out and ready to go. And I know for you it's just a starting point, but the most important thing that I see quickly, the color coding of the black. There's a lot of seniors.
Yeah, that's right. We have a team with some experience. There'll be some players at positions that we're counting on that are younger guys, but the bulk of the unit is back. And that's really a good thing going into the first game. Against a good opponent, having some of that. Been there, done that kind of mindset's going to go a long way come Friday night.
Well, really in the depth chart, not a ton of surprise. We can get into a couple of the injury issues in just a second. Terrell Hunt, you knew coming in this was his job to lose. He has secured that starting quarterback job as we knew he would. And how important is it that he handled that? He went through training camp and now ready to roll as the opening day starts.
Well, it's always good when you know who your starting quarterback is and your starting middle linebacker, in my opinion. And we know both those positions are solidified, and those, Marquise Hodge on defense at the middle linebackers had a real good camp, as has Terrell Hunt at quarterback. So, excited to get him back out there on that field and playing against somebody else.
Yeah, and the number 2 quarterback still an opportunity to work that out until you need one, right?
That's
and
right.
The hope would be that you don't need a number 2 quarterback over the course of the season, so A.J. Long and Austin Wilson and that crew can continue to battle it there. But this level of experience, certainly in the running game, Prince Tyson Gully, Adonis Amin Moore are there. Ashton Broiled, another year under his belt. Is that what you're hanging your hat on at this point?
Well, yeah, and we'll see how it all kicks off. But good group, good summer program. I think the kids are ready to play. They're ready to hit somebody else in a different colored jersey. And I think the biggest thing I look forward to seeing is our offense get clicking together. They've had a good summer camp. Now I want to see it happen on game day, and our defense flying around.
Shafe, you announced over the weekend that Nick Robinson, a returning starter at offensive guard, still will be held out with a foot sprain. Yeah,
that sprain it's something that's a little tricky, and we're trying to take it slow and look long term with the season, and it gives some other guys opportunities, and that's part of the game.
Yeah. So on the chart here, Rob Trudeau at right guard for the time being, and Omari Palmer at left guard with the usual suspects in there. On the other side of the defensive line, obviously Jay Bromley, a leadership part that you'll still be looking to finish that. But maybe you could give at this point a synopsis now that you've transitioned from training camp to game week, how you feel about that unit and how everybody's shaken out on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I feel good about the front four. What you'll see is you're going to see kids playing different positions and rotating in. I mean, you could see a defensive end going into a 3 technique. You could see a 3 technique playing a nose tackle position. I think it's going to be probably 5-6 guys playing up front in rotation, which isn't a bad thing. To try to make up for a guy like Jason Bromley, you don't do it with one guy right now. You do it with 2 or 3, and that's kind of the process we're putting forward.
Yeah, as far as an injured player coming back, Eric Kroom ready to rock and roll there for Friday night. And that unit, I would imagine, especially your front 7, really the defensive line and the linebackers, going to have their hands full against Villanova, who's the most accomplished of the FCS teams that Syracuse has hosted here in recent years. They're perennially in the top 15, again in the top 15 preseason, and they bring back John Roberts, and you just don't see quarterbacks that rush for 130 yards a game.
Oh yeah, he's a very good football player. He's a bright kid, great feet. He's quick, throws the ball well, but runs the ball really well. And their scheme's such that we're going to see all kinds of movement, unbalanced formations, jet sweep fakes, and then quarterback power, quarterback zone read, quarterback inside outside takes. So it'll be an interesting makeup when we get into this thing. And as you and I have been talking, they like to up the tempo. They like to push the pace really fast, especially against the BCS opponents. So we're prepared to go up against that, but I'm sure we're going to have some hills and valleys throughout the course of the game.
They typically play as a lot of the top FCS opponents do, one of the big boys per year. They've hung tough with Boston College and teams like that in recent years. what do you attribute that to? First game of the year, adrenaline? Why is it faster than even maybe against their regular schedule in the CAA?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever know that. Maybe that's just part of their game plan to try to get 5 or 7 more plays a game through pushing the tempo when they're in these types of battles. Maybe it's something they see on tape. It's hard to tell, but we'll be prepared for it.
The game is trending that way. Your own offense is trending to this up-tempo. I'm sure we'll see it more and more in college football. How does it mesh when you're talking about this chess game between you and Coach Talley? I know you have a lot of respect for him. He's won a ton of games.
Yeah.
When both teams are going at hyperspeed.
Well, I think it all depends on how the game is played out. But early on, there'll be a lot of movement on and off the football field. I think the biggest thing is to try to sustain drives when you're trying to go fast, try to move the chains. When you get yourself in a pickle is when you're sitting there and you say it's a 3 and out, and that defense is back on the field and back on the field. So we have ways of tempering that mode or that speed throughout the course of a game, and we'll adjust to those elements as we get to the game.
All right, Shay, Friday night, 7:30, so an unusual way to start the season. I know you have been in contact with some of the student body making their way back to campus this week, so everybody's excited, and a good way to open it up.
That's right. Can't wait to get back in the Dome.
All right, looking forward to it. We'll have much more with Coach Shafer throughout the week, and see this depth chart released at Cuse.com, and begin the conversation leading up to Friday night's game against the Wildcats in the Carrier Dome. For Scott Shafer, I'm Matt Park. Thanks for watching Cuse.com.